I love mapping, and I'm going to actually jump back into the Wayback Machine to Power View
Yes.
uh, inside of Excel. Um, do you remember? Have you seen the mapping functionality that was in Power View?
No, so I got into mapping. I think this is really interesting. Was I got into a lot of the mapping stuff because I think it was Azure Maps and actually, well, it goes back a bit further than that. So Mapbox, for example, I used to they had more of an updated Power BI visual. I got into that because I was looking at, okay, if I wanted to do custom outlines rather than say like countries or states or something that's kind of more um, that's easier, more readily available.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was trying to get into kind of more custom map areas. And one of them was, I think something came up in a conversation with someone I was working with at the time about like the Nielsen TV ratings. And so that was kind of how I got into more of this area of mapping. I thought, okay, this isn't just, just the shapes or the points on the maps, but how, where these custom map sections is how do I get there? And so that was something that got me into maps. And then using tools to simplify or get more specific with them. And I think that also, and this is going back to what I said about different people use tools in different ways depending on who they work for, what their general work procedure is that you kind of end up just naturally going into some areas more than others. And so that
Sure.
was mapping, was working with something that was more specific. And so I had to gain more knowledge and I had to, look up how some things were done and really got into the GIS. And GIS has become very big in the last few years.
Well, it's become really good too,
Mm-hmm. Oh,
right? Like
yeah.
it's become fantastic. So yeah, and the reason I asked you about the Power View side is the mapping that once existed inside of Excel Power View